Hello, this is Tori with LANDiO. We have an amazing new 160 acres in Wyoming. This property has a creek running through the northeast corner, borders public land along the entire north and east boundaries, and is just a few hundred yards from a county road. The creek is called Separation Creek, and it runs through the northeast corner of the property. From the property, you have amazing mountain views, including the Ferris Mountains to the north. And then you're just a few hundred yards from this county road that connects directly with Highway 287 over here to the west. We'll show you this property on the interactive maps. The green parcel right here, this is the 160 acres. And these red dashed lines, these represent a 40-foot wide easement. And this is Buzzard Road, also known as County Road 497. And this 40-foot wide easement takes you directly from County Road 497 to the property and runs along the entire north boundary. And this distance is only about 0.4 of a mile from County Road 497 to the northwest corner of the property. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see that the entire north boundary borders this section of BLM land. This is 640 acres of BLM land. And the entire east boundary borders a section of state land. This is also 640 acres. And see this dark shaded area here? This is Separation Creek. So Separation Creek flows through the entire east portion of the BLM land running north and south. It intersects the northeast corner of this property right here and then extends on down through the state land that borders the property to the east. So essentially you have access to this creek along this entire stretch right here, which that measures in distance of roughly 2 miles. So we turn some of these layers off and zoom in closer here. You can see all this lush green dark area. This is all Separation Creek. So this is an incredibly rare and amazing attribute to have in this area, and this is going to create a magnet for wildlife. And if we zoom out a little further, you can see Separation Creek, how it runs north and south here and then intersects the property. If we look at it on the topographic map, you can also see that this is, a named creek. And where this line is solid on the interactive map means consistent water flow. Where we see the line and then the 3 dots and then the line and the 3 dots, that is a more intermittent water flow. But we see the solid line intersecting the property right here. And there's also some other intermittent water flow right here, which you can also see this on the map, which that's indicated right here. And there's also a pond on the BLM land to the north, which you can see water in the pond when this image was taken. If we turn the topographic map back on, you can see the pond there as well. And if we turn on the public land layer, you can also see there's, again, the pond on the BLM land to the north. And of the thousands of acres we've been involved with in this area, this is the first property that actually has a creek on it. Now we're going to look at some more images of the creek. We'll also take a look at this area right here where the creek runs under Buzzard Road. Here are some more photos of Separation Creek. You can see the lush vegetation, water visible in the creek. This is where it flows under Buzzard Road. You can see the drainage pipe that they have in place there, and Buzzard Road is a well-maintained road, providing great access to the property. Here are some more photos showing the lush vegetation. You can see the water present in Separation Creek. Some more images showing the water present. This area is rich in native wildlife and is considered to be the pronghorn capital of the United States. Regularly, our photographer will see pronghorn antelope all over the area. There are also lots of wild horses. These are wildlife droppings near the property. This property has a great location because it's just north of Rawlins, which has a population around 10,000, and the drive to Rawlins is almost all State Highway 287. And then to the north you have Casper, which has a population around 60,000. Down here near Rawlins you also have Interstate 80. To the east is Laramie with a population around 30,000, and then further to the east you have Cheyenne, which has a population just under 100,000 and is the largest city in Wyoming. You're also surrounded by fishing, hunting, water sports, and outdoor recreational opportunities. You have the Ferris Mountains to the north, Green Mountain and Whiskey Peak. You have the Pathfinder Reservoir, Alcova Reservoir, the Miracle Mile, Semino Reservoir and State Park. You have the Medicine Bow National Forest, all within a short distance from the property. This is Highway 287. In this image we're looking south, which would then take you into Rawlins. This photo here is looking north on 287, and then this is the intersection of County Road 497 and Highway 287. And this is where you then turn east, and that would take you directly to the property. And then here's a photo of Buzzard Road, County Road 497, taking you to the property. Here we are looking north. This is that seasonal pond that's on the BLM land to the north. If we go back to our topographic map, you can see the property has some varied terrain. The elevation's around 6,450 feet for the majority of the property. Then on the southwest corner of the property, there's this ridge that reaches a peak elevation point of close to 6,700 feet. And then you have this ridge here to the south and southwest. So this provides natural privacy and protection from the elements. Here's another photo of the sun setting on the Ferris Mountains to the north. Some of the rock formations on the southern portion of the property. This is a view to the east of the Haystack Mountains. This is looking at Table Mountain and Bradley Peak. This is an aerial photo looking down at Separation Creek. This photo was taken in the last few weeks, so this is more of the winter time. And this is another photo looking at Separation Creek and the Ferris Mountains to the north. This photo was also taken within the last few weeks. Now we're looking at the property in the terrain view on Google Earth. You can see Separation Creek running through the northeast corner of the property. There's Buzzard Road, the easement in place that takes you directly to the property from County Road 497. This is the ridge to the south and southwest of the property that provides that privacy and natural protection. There you have the Ferris Mountains to the north, and the property is surrounded by mountains. These are the Haystack Mountains to the east. As we continue to turn around here, you'll see how the property backs up to this ridge, and you have this elevated area on the southwest portion of the property. As we turn looking towards the southwest, this is a really good example of how the property backs up to this ridge. This is where it runs under Buzzard Road, where we were looking at those photos. Now we're east of the property looking west. There's the additional seasonal water flow that we looked at on the property. And right over here is going to be Highway 287. This is the Wyoming Game and Fish Department website. They've got a lot of great information about hunting. This property is located in areas designated for hunting of antelope, elk, bighorn sheep, deer, mountain lion, pheasant, sage grouse, and wild turkey. This is the neighbor to the west just along Buzzard Road. You can see their home pointed out right there. And then here we have some of the other nearby landowners that have developed their properties. There again you can see his home just off of Buzzard Road. The other landowners have working ranches with accessory buildings, corrals. They often have a main home. So from the property, you're only 22 minutes to Rawlins. Again, Rawlins has a population around 10,000. There's a Walmart Supercenter in Rawlins, medical care at the Memorial Hospital. This is Main Street in Rawlins, where you can find restaurants, professional services. About an hour and 12 minutes to the Alcova Reservoir, which is desirable for fishing, boating, water sports, camping. About an hour and 40 minutes to the Pathfinder Reservoir, which is also renowned for fishing, boating, and recreation. About an hour and 43 minutes to Casper. Again, Casper has a population around 60,000. About an hour and 50 minutes to Laramie, Wyoming. Laramie has a population just over 30,000. About 2 hours and 23 minutes to the Seminole Reservoir and State Park, which is an incredibly beautiful area. About an hour and 45 minutes to world-class fishing along the North Platte River's Miracle Mile. And this is Fremont Canyon, where the North Platte River runs through as well. This is also an incredibly desirable area for fly fishing. About 2 hours and 30 minutes to the Medicine Bow National Forest. Then just about 2 hours and 30 minutes to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Again, Cheyenne has a population just under 100,000, and it is the largest city in Wyoming. About 2 hours and 50 minutes to Fort Collins, Colorado, which has a population of about 150,000. Then just under 4 hours to Denver. In Denver and the metropolitan area have a population well over 1 million. And in Denver, you'll find an international airport with direct flights from most major cities in the United States. We have this 160 acres in Wyoming with the creek running through the northeast corner, bordering BLM land to the north, 640 acres of BLM land to the north, and then 640 acres of state land to the east, just a few hundred yards from County Road 497, and amazing mountain views surrounding the property. This property is priced at just $400 an acre, which is only $64,000 for the 160 acre parcel. All the property details are listed here on our website. The property taxes for the entire 160 acre parcel are only $209 a year. There are no covenants, restrictions, there's no HOA, there's no HOA fees, there's no time limit to build. You can use the property recreationally, you could use it seasonally, or you can live there full time. You can build a homestead, you can have a ranch, you can have animals, livestock. Here are all the nearby points of interest along with links where you can view more information about those locations. We have the GPS coordinates for the 4 corners and the center point, and these links here will open up those GPS coordinates on a Google map. We have over 140 images of the property and surrounding area, along with this interactive map. Of the thousands of acres that we've dealt with in Wyoming, this is the first property that actually has a creek running through it, so it's an incredibly unique and rare attribute. So if this property fits what you're looking for, we highly recommend that you go to our website and click on this Buy Now button. What that'll do is add a deposit of $499 to your cart, then click Checkout. Once you click checkout, this window will appear where you can enter in all your information, then continue through the checkout process. Once the checkout process has been completed, this buy now button instantly changes to out of stock. We have people visiting our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from all over the world. We sell our properties on a first come, first served basis. So if this property does fit what you're looking for, we highly recommend that you secure the property while it's available. That $499 deposit is then credited towards your purchase, and we cover all of the closing costs. The remaining balance can be paid by wire transfer, cashier's check, ACH bank draft, credit card, debit card, or any combination of those methods. We make the whole process super simple, and it can be completed in as little as a day. What we often hear from our customers is they're amazed at just how simple the process is. They're used to real estate transactions being very cumbersome and costly with a lot of waste, and they take forever. We have completely revamped that process to make it super streamlined and super efficient. So we cover all of the costs. There's no other costs associated with this property other than the purchase price. Many of our customers, when we're talking to them prior to their purchase of a property, they say, "This sounds too good to be true." Well, I highly recommend that you go over here to our testimonials page, and you'll see just a handful of testimonials from our many customers all throughout the United States and even some outside the United States. These people have purchased different properties for different reasons. They come from different backgrounds. Their properties they purchased were of varying sizes, locations, price points. But the one thing that they all say in common is just how simple the process is. And we'll just play the last few minutes of Stephen's testimonial because he was highly skeptical prior to purchasing his property, and we'll see what he had to say.
I can say without a shadow of a doubt that LANDiO is totally legit. It was too easy, there's no doubt about it. It was so simple that it was too good to be true, but it was true, and it's real. I've been there. I own it. It's amazing.
We'd truly be honored to have you as part of the LANDiO family, and for you to be so satisfied with your experience that you're compelled to provide a testimonial as well. If you have any questions about this property or any of our other properties, or just a general question, you can feel free to call us anytime. Our phone number is at the top of every page of our website. That number is 713-597-7670. That number also receives text messages. We have this live chat feature here on our website where you can communicate with us in real time. We try to be available as often as possible. If we're not available for whatever reason, please send us a message. We'll respond to you at our next availability. There's also a contact form associated with every listing that you can fill out to send us a message, or you can just email us directly. Our email address is hello@landio.com. And we really appreciate you taking the time to watch our videos and visit our website and share our properties with all your family, friends, and colleagues. May God continue to bless you with peace, health, and prosperity.